What's going on, y'all? How's your day going? How you doing? How you been? What you been up to? Uh, what was that? Nothing much. Oh, okay. We'll check this out. Check out what I'm doing. All right. So, if most of y'all who actually know me personally, I'm actually currently enrolled in Full Sail University. I'm in college right now. Yep, I know. Finished the military. Now I'm going to college. Just like one step after another. Blah blah blah. Bada boom. Anyways, all right. So, just to show you guys I'm not wasting my time at where I'm at right now, and I'm actually really productive. I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just the fact that I'm trying to stay more productive and actually beneficial to myself and learning some new material or learning something here, or just even just increasing my talent, because I don't know how many of y'all that I talk to that's listening to this, but most people who actually speak to me in person, I tell them, hey, you need to be putting time towards your talent. So this is what I'm doing. I'm putting time towards a talent, a skill that I'm trying to develop to get stronger, because I had no 3D background before coming to Full Sail. And now that I've been about, I want to say 5 to 4 months in, and only been dealing with Maya for about, I want to say about 2 months roughly, I think I've gotten pretty decent. I've got a pretty nice amount of knowledge to kind of navigate around. Now, I don't know all the little tricks and tools, but I know a few, enough to get the job done. All right, so in this video, I'm going to be covering Maya strictly. I am not going over ZBrush. ZBrush is like high-res quality where you get all the coloring and all that kind of stuff. This model, unfortunately, will not be colored unless I decide to UV it and maybe do it through Photoshop and just get a nice little photo to just kind of slap on there. Kind of like I did my Shinron can, except I actually drew that. So I might draw this. I might just use the reference photo. I don't know. We'll see by the end of the video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a speed model. I'm going to explain to you this intro, so all the stuff that I'm going to be doing to just get set up. Now, don't get it twisted. There's multiple ways to model something. Those of you who are watching that actually has a background in 3D know that there's like tons and tons of ways of doing things. Your way might be simpler than mine, but I'm just showing you how I do certain things. It's not even the way that I do everything. This is a way how I do like one thing that I've approached. So let's, without further ado, I've wasted enough time. Let's get to it. All right, first things first, I am going to open an image plane. Let's get into our view. Image plane, import image, and there we go. I'm going to be doing the Hyrule Shield from the game Zelda. So those of you who play, and those of you who don't, I know it probably at least looks somewhat familiar. I'm not a super fan in Zelda, but I mean, hey, the shield looks cool, so I just thought, hey, why not model it? All right, so let's open that up. All right, now you see actually the photos in there. This is the perspective view that I'm rotating around. It's just a solid 2D image, and we're gonna turn it into 3D. All right, so first things first, let's move this out of my little grid plane right here, and let's move it kind of in the distance a little bit. Now notice how in the bottom left, how it doesn't disappear, it doesn't like resize or anything like that. That's because the depth perception in these 3 specific views, they actually are basically like, how do I put this? It's basically as if the depth perception just doesn't exist in those specific views. It just kind of has the image of what you need, and it's kind of like just taking a snapshot. It's as if the picture never moved. It's just kind of there, but I can move it from left to right, up and down, and all that basic stuff, and also resize it naturally like that. All right, so we're gonna actually move this back a little bit more, and here we go. Okay, so first things first, you have your image put in there like so, like I have. All right, so you want to look at the bare basics of things. All right, so what are we seeing? Okay, you want to look for like shapes, things that you can just kind of pull out of the basic necessities of modeling. All right, so right here we have a few circles for the bolts. All right, we have a few like maybe squares or rectangles right here. Maybe divide that up to a couple shapes right there. And you got this, like what, triangles right here. All right, so now we've kind of assessed it, did like a kind of a brief overview. It's really quick. This is something that you kind of eyeball, and the more you deal with 3D, the easier it gets. The more you notice, oh man, I could do this way, or I could do this that way. Oh, that's this shape here, blah, blah, blah. All right, the next thing you want to do is make sure that you're looking to see what are the different parts in the model. Yes, I know that the shield is technically one whole thing, right? But when you look at it, just how we identified that there's bolts there, that means that this is technically a separate piece because it's bolted down. And not only that, our other identifier that it's a separate piece is these creases right here that show that, hey, this is not actually just one piece. It's actually several pieces put together to make the shield all together. Now, like certain things like this right here, I want to say that's an eagle type deal. Again, I ain't no super fan, so I don't know. This will be something like a texture that you just throw over it, just like a little texture design. So if I have enough time, I'll get to it. If not, then we'll just go from there. But like I said, I have my basic shapes mapped out. I see that the different parts, like this is a part, these bolts are different parts, this is a different part, this is a different part, and so on and so forth around it. Now, another thing you want to look for is whatever you're doing, is it symmetrical? Some things aren't symmetrical, some things are. So, luckily for me, this is symmetrical. So, what I can do is do one solid half and then mirror everything over to the other side. That way it just kind of lightens up the load and it just makes everything run a little bit quicker. You got to think when you're 3D modeling, it takes time. So when it takes time, you want to try to minimize as much time as it takes. The quicker you move, the more efficient you can be in certain times. Now you do still want to make sure you're doing the bare basics, making sure you're not just rushing through something and it looks like crap. But if there's things that could be done simple and still catch quality, do it. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this. I'm probably about to start fast forwarding through this and play some music so y'all can stay entertained and not just be like, oh, man, this dude boring as hell. All right, so let's go ahead and get in this.
swear last summer was like a dream. Feels like last summer was like a dream. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm just trying to figure out what it means. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it means. It's such a tragedy to stay inside on peaceful summer days, but I got nobody calling me, I stay behind the shades. I was thinking about the days, how they weren't even a thing. Wasting hours watching ceilings, clouds passing through the shades. As I wonder why I never said the words I had to say, as I watch the summer slowly fade away with autumn's day. Pink and white and blue and green and warmth that makes me tired. Bright eyes from quiet stares, moments to admire. Now the haze is in my memory, just places that I used to be. I wish I could return, but know that I could never stay. No, I can't call it a home, it's just a stop along the way. And I don't know where I'm going, but it seems I'll be okay. Last summer was like a dream, feels like last summer was like a dream. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm just trying to figure out what it means. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it means. Rain don't fall like it used to, the sun gets hotter every year. The people that I know slowly moving away, they're moving towards everything that I have feared. Autumn fades back into the winter, the winter fades back into the spring. When the summer comes around, it will go around again. It will all be just like a dream. Summer is like a dream. Like a dream, like a dream, like a dream. Summer is like a dream. It's all just a dream.
You say that don't like them, but I see you all the time. Pictures. You say that don't like them, but I see you all the time. Pictures. You say that don't like them, but I see you all the time. Pictures.
All right, that took about, I want to say, an hour and 20 minutes total. Probably would have went a little faster. I kind of made like just small little mistakes along the way. I don't know if you really noticed or paid attention where I had some moments where I had to go back. And also, this is not the proper way to legitimately color items. I just did this for like just a quick way to kind of just show the different detail into the small little segments. I want to say, what was some of the big things, big ticket items? I don't know if you noticed, but like in some of the, well, pretty much most of the 3D model, I actually used a lot of quads. When you're modeling, especially in Maya, you want to stick with quads as much as possible. So even though, you know, you have these tight little ends, I still tried to make them as quadded as possible. So that means 4 sides. Just makes it easier. It makes the mesh look a lot better, like your overall 3D model. The only time I really use the triangles, which are tris, right here. And also generally each little tri would have been an individual piece, so are those. But as of right now, I have them connected. That's why they're both highlighting green, just for simplicity, for the sake of time. And then generally when you get done modeling all of this, you'll go over here and then you start to name each respective piece, so that way you know what it is. And when it goes down the pipeline, let's say it's going next to the animator, either for gaming, I want to say TV or movie quality, whatever the case may be, that person can tell which part is what, so that way he knows what to animate. Let's say like the shield gets bent or something like that. I mean, he'll be able to animate it. Now, let's see if I can try something here. It may or may not work. I might be doing it wrong, but it's worth a shot. Vertex mode. Now I might have to make another video for that. So what I was gonna do was bend it, but for right now, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna keep it like this. You know what? I might try to just go ahead and knock out the bird really quickly, and then I'll end the tutorial. So about to go back in it for a little bit. Should take me no more than maybe 10 minutes. Let's go. Alright, as you can see, I want to say my shield is done. I even threw in the design. Why not? Now, again, as I stated before, this ain't technically the proper way to color things, but it's one way to color things. Let's say you're just trying to bang something out like I just did. I mean, that was relatively simple, and so I was able to just kind of just simply color it. When you want to get to more of the technical coloring, there's different settings. Some people might have noticed that I use Lambert a lot. That's just so it's easier to load up in Maya and not causing me too much problems, because you got to think when dealing with 3D items, I mean, it's more likely to crash because it's just so much going on. So the less work you put on it, less stress you put on it, the better. I want to say this was kind of fun. So I'm gonna definitely probably do more videos like this. If you have any special requests, you can go ahead and drop it in the comments below. If you made it this far in the video, hopefully when I fast forward it, it won't be a whole hour and 33 minutes. But yeah, this is what I've been up to, y'all. So just stay tuned. Go on with the Legit Tay Cartoons page. Go follow that page. Go subscribe to me on YouTube. Trust me, it will not be a waste. You have nothing to lose. Go ahead and subscribe to those, like those pages. Also, Instagram, I will start posting on Instagram. Be on Twitter a little bit here and there, but I do make sure I at least post at the very least if I'm not as active. I will get more active. The more people get on it, the more people will tell me, hey, man, can you do this? Can you do that? I am not charging currently to do certain things, but right now my main focus is lifting the cartoons off the ground, Legit Tay Cartoons specifically. I will be still doing certain requests here and there, but it will be within the constraints of when I'm available to do that. Mostly I'm going to focus on doing a lot of fan art, personal art, and trying to push cartoons. I'm definitely going to be drawing some of the people who've been like very active on my post, very active on my page, YouTube, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. So definitely believe I appreciate you guys for what you're doing. I know everybody starts off small, but I definitely appreciate the faithful ones that's been there so far. But yeah, this has been fun, y'all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a like, share it, you know, do the whole thing. I mean, if you're out there and you can model it faster than I can, go for it. If you can make a better model, do it. I challenge you. Let's go. But hey, this was kind of fun. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely do more videos like this. Peace.
Is it